Let it be known that I, like maybe many other people, have heard the name Raidou Kuzunoha in the past and just decided I was going to skip out on an entire generation of potentially great PlayStation 2 titles for what I thought would have been a clunky, old, boring game that it really did not end up being. I say that as a first-time Raidou player. I started this game last week, and long story short, me and the game have been inseparable. And I'm playing it via the emulator. Yes, you can throw your tomatoes and stones at me. I did that because I knew I wanted to be able to play the game everywhere that I went, which is impossible on the PlayStation version. I knew that I wanted to use visual enhancements and take advantage of my GPU, which you cannot do on the PlayStation version, as well as tweaking some of the visual fidelity of the game to match what I would have expected from an actual port of Raidou Kuzunoha versus the Soulless Army. And I think it looks really good. To be honest with you, even if I peel back all of those visual enhancements, the original game still looks really freaking great. And there's a few things that I did not know I would like about it too. The world Taisho 20, the era, the time that they're trying to capture, looks so good. Like, it looks so big, so vast, so inviting, and I don't think I've ever played a Shin Megami Tensei game where there were people walking around the map. Like, besides SMT Imagine, right? That was a whole separate other thing. This is a world that is alive with people in it, and children and families and businessmen. This took me by surprise. And then you add in a detective, you're implementing demons to help you find clues, unearth secrets, and all to a really great soundtrack, mind you. It gave me such familiar tones of Persona 3 and 4 soundtrack in some of its like highest moments, and then in some of the eerie and ominous tones, it was definitely reminiscent of Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. And before I get off track, because this is not scripted, I just want to say that this game is much better than what I was expecting. And to my friend that was telling me for years to get into this and Digital Devil Saga, I should have listened to you, bro. I am a fool. I stand here a changed man, one that appreciates the oozing of greatness that comes from Raidou. I don't know why more people haven't played this game. I haven't even talked about the action RPG elements yet, but let's get into it. So Raidou does this really great thing where it allows you to utilize demons in real-time action-oriented combat, exploit weaknesses, just kind of go to town on everything. I've never played a game action RPG like this before, outside of maybe Devil May Cry, and sometimes when I'm playing Raidou, it gives me a similar feeling to when I'm playing like the Yakuza games. It's fun. Like, it's something I could turn my brain off to, not think too much. Like, at some point there's muscle memory of what is on the screen and what I'm supposed to do, and I would have thought that every time I brought up my command menu that would get a little taxing over time, or every time I needed to confine, I would get tired of pressing that damn button. But no, it's actually all started to blend together really well, and I found a rhythm. And I've also found some favorite demons, which in other games I feel like I didn't have enough time to build a relationship with the demons in my compendium. But with this game, they kind of force you to, because the dialogue from the demons is so fun and unique and engaging. They're making jokes, they're praising you, they're mocking you, and it's just, it feels alive. Like, that's the word that really describes this game for me. It's alive. Some of the dialogue in this game feels like it could stand perfectly today, and I think that's really why this game will do well when the remaster comes around. Yeah, I mean, I think I really addressed everything as quickly as possible. The world is big, despite its limitations, despite the design. The characters all feel fleshed out people. And mind you, I'm not all that far in the game. Like I said, I only started last week, but I have been playing this everywhere. I play it on my PC, I remote into it on my phone when I'm outside, and then I also play it on my iPad. I played it on my Mac. Like, it's been with me everywhere. I think it's gonna be like that for a while. Long story short though, I'm glad I finally played the game. I am one of the people now that stand with Raidou, and I'm so glad to see him coming back for the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Did they say it was Steam? I don't know. Go Raidou. Anyway, yeah, anybody else playing Raidou right now? I mean, I'm pretty curious, because before I started playing this game, I did hit the forums for a little bit to see what people thought of it, and the reviews were either really good, praising the characters in the world, or really bad, calling the gameplay mechanics abysmal for it not having some of the robust like dodge and skill moves and stuff like that. I don't really know what the Raidou 2 experience is, obviously, But so far, I don't think the mechanics of the first game are that bad. It's actually forced me in a way to think outside of the box when trying to compensate for not having a dodge, right? So I'll use the heavy move, the little thrust that Raidou does, and that will get me out of any attack that's heading my way. Also, if I need to get an enemy closer to make contact with like my demon's strike move, I'll just get behind my opponent and kind of hit them with the thrust, which will push them forward a bit into the range where my demon can then, go to town. Yeah, I don't know if this is action RPG knowledge or if this is just unique to the game, but this is how I've been able to kind of create an experience that doesn't feel as challenging as many people in the reviews seem to make it seem. Like, they make this game seem unplayable from a gameplay standpoint, and it's perfectly doable, and it's fun to look at. And when you're doing the confines or when you're exploiting weaknesses, everything just looks flashy. The text hits the screen, you got all these effects going on. It's great stuff. And every time the game pauses when you're hitting the command menu, that also is the perfect photo op. Like, I've constantly brought out demons just to pause the game and to see the effects and see the text and to see the demon there. I've kind of learned how to throw the alley-oop to my companion demon by doing a thrust, hitting the command menu, pausing the game, and then commanding the skill, which will give my companion enough time to throw the move while the opponent is recovering. So this more is just like a ramble about how I've kept the flow of the game from getting stale. But long story short, I don't think the mechanics are that bad. I think I can brave through the entire thing for RAIDOU, for the story. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what the game fully has to offer from a plot perspective. Yeah, those are my thoughts on RAIDOU so far.